Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking. My name is Joan. Today's video I'll be showing you how to make this style of slipper. So we'll be converting this flip-flop slipper to that. So that's what I have, plus my plier, a needle, 0.4 of the fishing line, and then my pair of scissors. So these are the materials that you'll be going to be using. You can also go ahead and use your adhesive glue to join this together. Okay guys, so let's get straight to the tutorial. So first of all, I'll go ahead and then cut one side of the flip-flop slipper. I'll cut one side of the slipper like I'm doing, like this. Just at the very end, or the very end of the slipper. And then I'll go ahead and straighten it out. You realize that after cutting, it will be giving you a slanted shape, so just straighten that out. So that's exactly what I did. After that, take out your measuring tape. I forgot to mention that in the materials that I used. So take out your measuring tape just like this and put it at the tip of the slipper like this, and then measure 7 centimeters like this, and then measure 7 centimeters like this and cut that out. And then cut that out. So these are the end of the cutting. You cut here first and then the other side as well. So we'll be joining it like this. This is how you're going to be joining it. So you have your adhesive glue. This glue didn't help out, so I'm just showing you in case you have an adhesive glue how you go about it. So in case you want to use adhesive glue which will help you or which is strong, apply it to one side of your slipper like this and join this together. Hold it for a few minutes for it to join before you take it out. Mine didn't work, so I went ahead and then did a stitching. So I cut a very long or a comfortable length of the fishing line and then inserted it into my needle like this. Make sure that one side of your fishing line is shorter than the other side. Make sure one side of your fishing line is shorter than the other side. So one should be longer and the other side should be shorter. After that, pierce through your slipper like this. I will caution you to be very careful at this point. Be careful with your fingers and exercise patience while doing this. So pierce through one side of your slipper like this. With the help of your plier, it is important to be using pliers at this point before you hurt yourself. So after piercing it through, leave a small length of the fishing line at the end like this. And then pierce through the other side of your slipper like I'm doing, from the bottom of it upward. Pull out your fishing line and then pull the other end of it to make it stronger, just as I'm doing. Okay guys, so after achieving this, pierce through the other side of your slipper as I'm doing. Pierce through the other side of your slipper like this. Like I said, when you're piercing, be careful and be patient, else you may hurt yourself. With the help of your plier, try and either pull your needle or push your needle. So right now, with the help of my plier, I pushed in and then pull out my needle like so. Okay guys, so your fishing lines may tangle, so just detangle it and then move on, just as I tell you all the time. Pull your fishing lines to make this firm. And then go to the other side of your slipper like this, and from the bottom pierce through it upwardly, just as I'm doing, and use your plier to push that up. And then pull out your needle like this. This is simple. If you don't even understand my explanation, watching it will help you to understand it. You're just trying to join this together by stitching. Okay, after that, pierce through the other side of your slipper like this, downward. Pierce through the other side of your slipper downward with the help of your plier. So guys, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, like this video, leave a comment in the comment section and share this video. So guys, after this, you continue to stitch to join this side together. Make sure to be pulling out your fishing lines firmly to make it strong while joining. So I went ahead and then pierced through the next end of the slipper like this, and then move on to pierce through the other side of my slipper like so. It's just stitching, the normal stitching that we do, just that this is somehow tough because of how hard the sides of the flip-flop slipper is. So guys, I went ahead and then pierced through the other side of my slipper like so. This can be difficult, so just use your plier. I'm just trying to use my hand to to show the others who don't have pliers how you can try to pierce through it. But I would advise you get a plier because that will help you a lot. If you use your bare hands, you may end up hurting your palm or hurting your fingers. So guys, continue to stitch by piercing through the slipper, the side slipper like this. Continue to stitch by piercing through the slipper like this, and then pierce through the opposite side just as I'm doing. Pierce through the opposite side just as I'm doing. Your fishing line might slip off your needle, just pass through its back like so, and then continue with your work. So guys, after this, you are going to tie this up. So first of all, I passed through one of the stitches like so, created a loop, a little loop like this, and then pass my needle through it. Repeat it. Pass through one of the stitch, create a loop, and then pull out your needle from it. Repeat it like 4 times to make it more secured on it. I hope you understood what I said. Pass through it like this, create a loop, and then pass your needle back through it. Just that. After that, cut off the excess of the fishing line. So guys, go ahead and then use the other side of your fishing line to also pass through the stitch, the end of the stitch like this. Create a loop, pass through it like so, the stitch like so, create a loop, and then pull out your fishing line through the loop. Repeat it like 4 times, just as you did for the other side. Repeat it like 4 times, just as you did for the other side, to make it strong on the joining. Pass it through the stitch like so, create a loop, and then pull out your fishing line like so. So, like I said, repeat it as how many times that you feel it's stronger on the joining before you cut off the excess of the fishing line. Okay guys, so this is it after joining, cut off the excess. So we are done with that side. We are going to be joining the front side to the I don't know how to call this, but you are going to be joining the front side to what we just joined. That's the side. So just as we join this, the same way we are going to be joining this to it, the front side to it. Okay guys, so I'm just reminding you to subscribe. If not yet subscribed, just click on it. Click on the like button if you like the tutorial, share this video, and then leave a comment. So I went ahead and then pierced through the front side like this. Just as I said, be careful when doing this. Pierce through, leaving a little length of the fishing line at the end, like what I just did. After that, make sure you place it at the right side of the other side of the slipper and then pierce through the slipper like I'm doing. Pierce through it from the bottom of it or under it like this, and then pierce back through the front side of your slipper like this. Use your plier when necessary. Be careful you don't hit your fingers or your palm. Use your plier when necessary, or most at times, because you don't want to hurt your fingers and your palm. Use your plier to pull in your needle and then push out your needle, just as I did. And then pull your fishing lines firmly like this. Continue to pass your needle back through the side of the slipper like what I'm doing. Pass your fishing line or pass your needle from under the side of your slipper like this. Pass or pierce through it like so with the help of your plier, and then pull it out like I'm doing. So along the line, your fishing line may tangle, just detangle it and then move on. So I'm just trying to detangle it before I move on with the stitching. So unfortunately my fishing line flipped or slipped off the needle, so I just pass it through my needle back before I continue with the stitching. Just as I said, make sure to be pulling your fishing lines to make the stitching strong. So under the side of the slipper, I just pierced my needle through it like this and pull it out. After that, I'll go ahead and then pierce back through the front side of the slipper just as I'm doing. Pierce back through the front part of the slipper just as I'm doing. With the help of my plier, I pierce it through like so. I also go ahead and then pierce through the other side of my slipper like this. So it's just basically going back and forth with the sides that you're joining. You'll be going back and forth with the sides that you're joining by piercing through them. After that, I went to pierce through the front side of the slipper just as I'm doing, and then push my needle to pierce through it. After that, I'll go ahead and pull out the needle from the other side like so. Guys, even though if you don't understand what I'm saying, just watch what I'm doing, and I bet you this is simple. You can just do this. So guys, having achieved this, I'm going to tie it up by passing through the stitch here. Create a loop like this and pass my needle through it. We are tying it up, so pass through the first stitch like this. Create a loop or leave a little of the fishing line to create a loop, and then pass your needle back through it. Repeat it like 4 times to secure it before you cut off the excess of the fishing line. After that, do same for the other side of your fishing line and then cut that out. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Subscribe. Bye.